It is time for Bombastic Plastic.
Bombastic.
This week, we're going to talk about my favorite thrashcore split, the split between Vivisick and Mukeka Di Rato that came out in 2004. Now, Sound Pollution was a label created by one Ken Hansford. He was guitarist for the Kentucky-based power violence band Hell Nation back in the early 90s. Over the course of 2 decades, the label proved to have discriminating taste with crusty, grinding releases from all over the world, like Assuck from Florida, Under Pressure from Winnipeg, and Sayadina from Sweden. But the label had an obvious Asian fetish, particularly for Japanese artists like Mind Evasion, Disclose, and Fuck on the Beach.
By 2004, Sound Pollution had developed quite a reputation for quality. Assembling the perfect split is more an art than a science. Balancing out evenly 2 matched acts and wrapping the whole affair in spectacular artwork. Sound Pollution took to harnessing these 2 powerhouses for the renowned Filhos da Puta dos Brazil versus Japanese Motherfucker split. They even went as far as releasing it on CD.
Both bands were formed mid-90s, Vivisick in Tokyo and Mukeka Di Rato in their native town of Vila Velha, Espírito Santo, Brazil. Both were already alumni of the label at this point, but Mukeka Di Rato had released 3 full-lengths, while Vivisick had only managed a couple of EPs and a split with the Tokyo-based hardcore band Struck in 2002. The artwork on this thing is absolutely sick, courtesy of Japanese artist Fumio, known for cool Sound Pollution sleeves from bands like Brody's Militia and, of course, Hell Nation.
For those unfamiliar with Vivisick's hyperactive attack, they have a very distinctive style, in that vocalist Sunio only sings about half the lyrics in his signature high-pitched shout. The other half of the choruses and verses delivered gang style by the rest of the band in a trade-off that keeps things interesting. The band's calling card seems to be musical pandemonium, and the listener never knows what's coming next, from spoken word segments that sound like Godzilla movies to a mellow slowdown, complete with a wailing guitar solo, to top-speed thrash, a la Zeke or Night Fever. Tempo-wise, drummer Kimura leans heavily into marching segments, 1, 2, 3, 4 crash intros, and Frentric snare bursts that often fall away to bassist Takahashi's impressive burbles. The Vivisick side is rife with hotspots, many of which can be found in the longer cuts, like the uber-tight speedball, Non-Appa, the tension-building march and hooky chorus of Sweet Theme Park City, which actually reminded me of a Slade a little. It's a good example of the chaotic push-pull style the band has crafted.
Okay, this is Sweet Theme Park City. Okay, shifting to the Mukeka Di Rato side, vocalist Bebe offers a much more guttural approach, even Mike cupped in spots. They're also not afraid to slow down for a lead or even a keyboard vamp. Bassist Mozine's tone is like an old V8 without a muffler. Check out the intro to Kluba da Crianca Junkie, the song that then settles into a sort of a surf beat. Mukeka Di Rato's song structures seem more deliberate, intense, and snotty, but less chaotic than Vivisick. Like they actually crafted a beginning, middle, and an end. Destrucciado Fatale is a good example. The female squeals from Indaiara Moiano from the Brazilian hardcore band Infect, and hard pan solos are a nice touch. Overall, these guys mostly alternate between 30-second speedballs and 3-minute riff rockers with leads.
Drummer Breck is a beast, of course, but seems more informed of rock and roll song structures, not afraid to flick the ride cymbal like they did in the bitchin' era from time to time. Video noise core with the 2 vocal segments comes across like a grindier version of Suicidal Tendencies. Let's play a strong. This is Destruccio Fatale.
Despega, destrói tudo, você não pode parar lá.
Picking a winner on this split is cruel and unusual punishment, but I'd have to go with the crazed Brazilians if you put a gun to my head, mainly for the way they groove the shit out of the cuts like Banda Rica and the Deathfish cover Just Skate. In the end, this split is as crushing as it is collectible. This was fun, so I might just bust out some other sound pollution goodies on future shows, like I got Sucks Anti-Capital Blind Spot, or I might unleash the ladies from Mind Evasion on your asses in future episodes, so stay tuned for that.
This is the Snaggletooth Extreme Metal Podcast.